Hello everybody, this is Michelle Curry from Commerce Bank, current chair of the Women's Network, here to deliver the May message. And my message for this month is learning how to accelerate out of the curve. So I'm going to start with a story to help explain the metaphor. Is when I was learning to drive, my mother took me to an empty parking lot, taught me to park between lines, how to use the brake and the accelerator, but mostly, when taking a turn, she emphasized you use your brake as you go into the turn and accelerate out of it so that you can properly make a turn with the right momentum and keeping yourself safe. So this metaphor equates to the pandemic that we've all been experiencing, because you can imagine when everything shut down, that was the world slamming on the brakes, and we had to stop what we were doing. We had to work from home. We had virtual learning. Everything seemed to change all at once, and we had to adapt to it very quickly, and it was incredibly uncomfortable. So now that we're a year later and the world is starting to open up again, we're currently celebrating. It's absolutely great. Everybody's probably looking forward to seeing their families again and going out to restaurants. But what I'd like to really zone the focus in now on is the ability for us to accelerate out of this curve. So with the change that happened, we were able to break, change the things we were doing, stop some of the things that we were doing, and learn about ourselves. But now's the time that we really need to put to practice a lot of the things that we learned during the pandemic. How has your work-life balance changed? What flexibility do you need in your personal and professional lives? And most importantly, how am I going to be strategic as I accelerate out of this curve? Because if we just go about it and return to the way we were before, then we haven't learned anything. Or if we go at it unprepared, we might be missing out on opportunities to be accelerating in our lives, personally and professionally. So one way that I am going to suggest that we accelerate out of this curve is by reflecting on how we've learned about our lives and ourselves to apply into our future selves. And one of the ways that I personally have done that is when everything shut down, I didn't have as many responsibilities as I used to. I wasn't running around, I wasn't doing as many things as I did before. And it took a lot of stress off my shoulders. I actually personally really enjoyed staying at home and watching television. And I said, why didn't I do this before? I was always going out networking, meeting friends, or volunteering to help with a charity of some sort. And so now my new normal is when I see an opportunity come my way, I really assess, is this worth the value of my time? And it's not saying, is it a valuable cause? Because often the answer is yes. But as we learned from Krista Kippenberger, you must choose the best yes for you. So in terms of opportunities that come my way now, I say, is that the most valuable use of my personal time? And what I've learned is it's okay to say no. And if you dedicate yourself to something you're not thoroughly invested in, then it's just going to be kind of another weight on your shoulders that we worked so hard to get rid of during the pandemic. So I encourage you to learn how to say no, choose your best yes, and accelerate out of this curve so that you can be the best person that you can be from everything we've learned throughout these trying times. And so I will see you next month. Thank you very much for spending your time with me today.